From unimaginable tales of losing a loved one, to premature childbirth, to stroke awareness, to the ongoing investigation into the disappearance of Simon Parkes. Now in its 9th year, GibTalks continues to give The Rock an opportunity to get to know members of our community, to hear their story, what matters to them, and delve into who they are and what made them. Organiser Julian Felice praised all those who took part and said as the years go by, more people are willing to take part.
Well, I think talking is obviously a big part of our community. We like to talk, we like to tell stories. And I think one good thing about the event is that it gives members of the community a chance to see Gibraltarians in a way that they don't tend to see them very often. No? Public figures who kind of suddenly become a little bit more human when they're talking for 15 minutes. I think the 15 minutes is part of the appeal as well, because it means you listen to many people, share many different thoughts. So I think that format's worked really well, and it looks like it's going to continue.
The range of local guest speakers included Health Minister Gemma Arias-Vázquez talking about the premature birth of her son, Craig Saccarello on the death of his brother, as well as GBC's own John Shepherd about being a stroke survivor, and Rosa Stego on the disappearance of Simon Parkes, amongst many others.
I'm telling you the story tonight from my perspective, but I always have David and Margaret at the forefront of everything I do. And I believe, having looked at this story so closely, having been consumed by it for almost 3 years, I believe without a shadow of a doubt that Simon Parkes came across a real-life monster.
And she said it was terrible to see that someone who was so vibrant and full of life was literally a head on a pillow. In fact, my occupational therapists and physiotherapists who'd come to see me saw the same thing, a head on a pillow, and didn't hold much hope. 4 days later, they came back on the ward and they saw a person sitting in a big wheelchair, talking to the nursing staff, and they couldn't believe it. Somewhere along the line, a chip inside my head had kick-started me on my road to recovery.
Andrew is a happy, healthy 4-year-old. With more personality than I'm able to cope with on most days. When I look at him, I can't help but believe in miracles. I cannot help but be grateful for everything I have today and the life that we lead today.
Philip pulled out a clump of hair. This is Philip, the 8-year-old, remember. And he gave me a clump, and he gave my brother Gavin a clump. Of course, this was quite shocking. And he looked us calmly in the eyes. And he said that the doctors had given him a 3% chance of survival. 3% chance. Ladies and gentlemen, you don't need me to tell you how shocking this news can be.
GibTalks will air as a programme on GBC Television in the coming weeks.